connected to the Fan.
The Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find us. It's all powered by Quantum Fire, your world unleashed.
Hey, Coral C. Look at what I just retweeted. I've never seen anything more amazing. And that's an overstatement, but it's pretty damned amazing.
Let's see here.
And I think, is that a great white shark? I think it's a great white shark. I don't know. I don't know my sharks.
Where?
I know. This thing I just retweeted. You got to see this thing. On the Twitter, it's Chris_hockey on the X, or whatever the hell they call it, Twitter X. I don't care. You know what I'm talking about. Smoking! Oh, what? Anybody see it? Nobody see it yet?
Hold on.
Wow. I think that's it looks like maybe a bull shark.
Okay.
I think that's a bull.
He grabs it by the nose, and then and when he touches his nose, the shark goes upside down.
They like that.
I guess they do. It looks like he's petting a shark on the nose.
Yeah, they can get them catatonic. I've seen that before on Shark Week, where you can get them upside down and kind of like pet their nose and they fall asleep.
Even if that is a bull shark or whatever you said, I almost said the word. I'm missing my piece.
Yeah, I just heard shark. I don't care what label it is.
He did it so calmly.
And the shark swims at him like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to eat you. And then he touches it on its nose, and the sharky goes CP time.
Oh, my.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Maybe that's a tiger shark. I can't tell the difference between bulls and tigers.
Well, look how big it is, dude.
I said it to my daughter. She
That's a
swims with
huge
those things
bitch.
all the
It
time.
looks like one of those halftime entertainment acts where he's balancing a giant chair with a ball on top of that. Just
God, that shark had to be embarrassed when he got back to his shark house.
Shark house?
Yeah. Like,
He was embarrassed and starving.
yeah, right? Yeah, because he didn't get to eat, and
They're
he
very
let
docile.
some dude pet him on the nose.
Oh, yeah, well, then go swimming
is
with him, Rosie.
crazy.
Good luck.
I let my
Maybe
daughter
it's
do
not a
that.
great way.
I don't do that.
It's not a great white.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not.
But whatever it is, it's a shark.
Yeah,
And
guys are all
that's where
great
he
whites,
lives.
so. Oh.
Look at that. Look how cool that guy is.
I
Just
know.
letting that guy, and the shark, like, they're friends now, I bet.
Yeah. They're friends.
Anyway, there you
not
go.
Flipper.
Watch, KFAN.com/watch, I should say, if you want to see what we're talking about.
Rosie, don't go in the ocean. The great Richard Oaknick once said
What'd
if
he
there were
say?
dinosaurs outside, we wouldn't go play baseball. And he's right, because that's their territory, not ours. We haven't been in there in millions of years. We got the hell out of there.
It's their turf. Home
It's their
field,
turf.
Home
It's not
field
ours.
advantage. Yep.
Marnes,
Yep.
when's the last time you swam in the ocean, be honest?
Several years.
So you admit it.
Yes.
Sharks in there, right?
Yeah.
There were
Yeah,
sharks there.
But when I have been in an oceanic city or body of water, I don't think I've ever really, quote unquote, gone swimming. I have waded to my waist.
Yep, well, most shark
But
attacks
I-
occur in 6 feet of water or less, so you're definitely in there.
I am in the less. But also, that is the fear. Like, I am very conscious of things that would be, that I wouldn't want.
Let me guess,
chomping.
you went swimming at dusk wearing a wetsuit and it was murky water and you were wearing shiny objects like jewelry.
Great.
Just walking, swimming shark bait.
Yeah, no,
Way to
no,
go,
no.
Marnes.
No, I've never actually been swimming in an ocean where, like, swimming, where my feet are off the ground and I'm swimming. Have
Well,
you?
that's insanity. That's suicide.
That's suicide.
I'm not
You
doing
make
it.
it sound like there's just.
Have you? I mean, is that a normal thing that you would do on a vacation? Like, Paul, when you were in San Diego, did you go frolicking in the ocean and actually get into the water where you're
No, I've been in
swimming?
the ocean twice. Once up to my waist, and then once I went scuba diving, and I got out immediately.
Yeah, and they released him back into the ocean.
Somebody yelled "Free Willy."
Oh, no.
I'm more concerned about riptides than him sharks.
Yeah, man. I'm
Those-
with you. Amen.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, amen.
man.
Yeah, you know why?
It's swept out.
Guess where they take you out to?
Right where the sharks
The
are.
sharks.
Yeah, man.
Don't be afraid of sharks.
When we
Are you
were
nuts?
when we were in Florida a handful of years ago, when I called those twin spring training games, which is still probably the most fun I've ever had at a working assignment in my entire life. Thank you, Minnesota Twins. My family and I went to whatever body of water, whatever beach, Fort Myers Beach, probably right there. And we were just kind of, it's like bath water. It's so warm and relaxing. And we were in maybe, knee deep water, just sitting in it. My daughter and I, and all of a sudden she was like, oh, jellyfish. And we
man.
just sprinted out of the water. Just a jellyfish.
Yeah, they
They're worse than
It was like it lit a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Not good.
You would have had to pee on your daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd be willing to do. I would step up.
Way to go, Mart.
That's from Friends.
It's from Friends. It's a Friends reference.
I had no idea.
Rosie, I don't know. You seem like you're pretty tough when it comes to sharks. I would love to see you get in there.
No.
A cage and just pet them because they're docile.
I just get all the info from Chloe about shark diving and cage diving and how
I'm sure
she.
it's safe. Get in there.
I say it all the time. And I say, she says, you behave yourself and you know what to, you respect them and respect, but they don't really care about us very much. They really don't.
Yet they still attack us.
Well, because they think we're something else.
I don't care why. I'm just saying they do. Question for you about, so Chloe, I know has done get in a cage.
Yes.
And okay, if she is just on a family vacation, no cage, no chains.
Yep.
Will she get into, well, you know how the Rosie's vacation. Will she get into the ocean just in a swimsuit and live in the ocean and swim and know there are sharks around and not have
she
any
doesn't
problem?
do that very often because she normally will go scuba diving with an organized dive shop that she's a master scuba diver, so she will sign up ahead of time and she'll go in the water, but she's there for one reason only. That's to go, not just to look for sharks, but mostly for underwater, just all the amazing varieties of fish you see that are under the ocean, in the ocean. Right. So that's what she does.
I guess my point was when she's not scuba diving.
No. Well, she'll go in the ocean, but she doesn't really care. It's boring for her.
But, okay.
Yeah,
but
it's just boring.
The reason she doesn't go
sharks.
is boredom, not because I could get eaten.
No. She loves and respects sharks a lot. So she'll specifically go places where they have bull sharks. And
I was in Miami with my new beach
That's what I love about great white sharks is when I swim by them, they give me that little head nod. Like
you're
a lot
good.
of respect for you. You don't look appetizing at all because of the mutual respect.
be nice to Rosie about sharks.
He just dismisses everything the great Richard Oaknick ever said like it's no big deal. They're freaking living, breathing, eating machines. Didn't you see Jaws? They're the perfection of evolution.
Rosie's not afraid,
The
right?
problem is people kill too many sharks for the wrong reasons.
Sing it, Rose.
Yeah.
And it's like that's where they live. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stay
Don't
out of it.
bother
Leave
them.
alone.
Yeah, listen to Gary Busey.
Are you through, Mr. Wizard?
I would love to go on a whale watching.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then
like
you should have gone to St. Croix Casino with Nordo and I. Yeah, there we are.
That's
Right
genius.
behind you.
It's one thing I've never done, and I have a little bit of nerves because I do get motion sickness, and I know you have to kind of go out into some deeper waters. But have you guys ever been on a whale watching expedition?
Yes.
Yes.
And did you see whales? And was it awesome?
In Maui.
No.
Yes.
No. It's too windy.
It was awesome.
Which part,
It's too windy.
But
you didn't see any?
Nope.
Or you saw them and it wasn't
The
awesome?
whales didn't come up because it was windy?
Oh, we couldn't go out that far because the water
Got
was
it.
too
Okay.
rough.
Got
they
it.
will let you know.
Oh, yeah.
It was your fault.
Oh, 1,000% it was mine.
We're not disappointed at it.
Oh, we're going to schedule it on a windy day then, Paul.
And Rosie, you
Mr.
did,
Weather?
and you saw whales.
I did in Maui. It's incredible. It really is.
Yeah, see, Rosie's not afraid.
I
Right,
am
Hogs?
afraid. I
Can't
don't
live your life like that.
Yeah.
The size, I just think, would be so intimidating
Yeah, they're
and impressive.
magnificent
And
creatures.
You're the man!
There's the shark.
it's a bucket list item for me. So is going to Hawaii, where I've never been. But I would do whale watching in, anywhere. Seattle.
I'm glad you're not a teacher.
What?
I don't have anything for people
I don't
to
think
learn
she has a degree in that.
in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Good
learned
talk.
that Rosie doesn't live in fear.
Yep, he does
That's
not.
actually
And
new.
Afraid like Corey is.
I'm proud of you.
Hot air ballooning, whale watching.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I got a story for you.
Rusty tromboning. Yeah.
Hold on, let me get over here. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
A 24-year-old from, gosh darn it, one of us. A
I heard this.
24-year-old from Cupertino was among the 4 people who were killed in a hot air balloon crash Sunday morning in Arizona.
Rosie.
I know.
That's awful.
But it's not time for jokes yet.
No, I'm not doing jokes. This is real
I
stories.
know. That was a joke.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Comedy.
The balloon crashed about 7:50 a.m. According to the police, there were 13 people, 8 skydivers, 1 operator, and 4 passengers in the balloon when it took off.
Wow.
The incident occurred after the 8 skydivers had exited the balloon. It is important to clarify that the skydiving was intentional and was successfully completed by all skydivers before any issues with the hot air balloon were evident. According to an eyewitness, the material of the hot air balloon was straight up and down as it came down, and the impact was large. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Let me read that again. The material of the hot air balloon was straight up and down. Oh, so it had lost inflation.
Yeah, it must have been
Got it.
like a string. It must have looked
Okay.
like a string and then falling straight down.
I still think, and I know I don't mean to make anybody upset. People love doing it, and cool for them. I just think that's ridiculous. You get in this thing, and it's a lot of fire, and you're in a
yes,
a
basket.
You're in
a picnic basket.
The landings are really difficult,
and it lands
because
when it wants to, right?
exactly the pilot can't control exactly where it's going to land.
I'm out.
I mean, it's not like you're a pilot of an airplane. And
Yeah,
so
right.
you hit and then you skip and you run, you go zipping across a cornfield somewhere.
Like
Yeah.
Kansas.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And being tall is not easy because the burner, you better wear a hat because it scalds the top of your head like you're watching Home Alone. I mean, it does.
Have you been on a hot air balloon?
About 8 times.
Have you really?
Yes.
Jesus, what have you not done?
We used to shoot video.
Whoa.
We used to shoot
Shoot hot air balloons down in
promos. We would shoot a promo and it was like the pilot, obviously. Myself.
In a hot air balloon?
Yes, myself. I can't remember the name of the we've been Ann Rubenstein, the co-anchor on the weekends, and we had to recite a couple lines with the photographer also in the basket saying, like, we cover St. Paul like no one else. The reporter had to say that. And I had another line, and she was so freaked out when we took off that she dug her fingernails, as you were talking about earlier, dug her fingernails into my forearm.
Yeah,
You were like, keep going. No wonder you like nails.
And I said, I kind of had to do the, settle down, you got to say your line right now. The balloon's not coming back this way, like the Wizard of Oz.
Button bar.
Yeah, you got to hit it now because you're going over downtown St. Paul.
What kind of freaking budget did you guys have to go up and cut liners in the sky?
I know. We had a...
we don't get to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
We get yelled at if we go to Office Max to get a pen.
Make printers.
A
make
big pen, and they say, you're not expensing that? That's 7 cents.
Oh, my. And those were fun days.
Wow.
Fun dies.
Liners in the sky.
Who died?
With the
You were about
weekend
to.
co-anchor. And she got to cut liners in the sky.
Yeah, in the sky.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was fun.
Man, it must have been nice.
We could fly over a golf course, though, and you could talk to people on the, whatever hole they're on.
We cut
sure they love
liners
that.
on a computer from 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't know.
Good times.
People seem to like it. And I know
I would
they say
never,
it's
ever,
fun.
ever
I'm
do it
never
again.
doing that.
You see them going across like the St. Croix River, and people do. I'm going, no. I would
Well, the
never
weekend's
do
finally
that.
here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I would not want to land in the river.
Nope. All right.
All right, well, there you go.
We didn't do any sports. We talked a lot before.
We talked football.
And we thank our friends at Wolf River.
Yeah, go solar with
Thank you.
Wolf River Electric. Yeah! It's a lot easier to go solar than you think. Go solar with Wolf River.
That's right.
When we come back, we'll do the news because Marnie wrote jokes.
Oh, great
Can't
song.
skip it. Then I got a bunch of
It's
headlines to get to. There's
Tuesday.
a lot to get to. And Marnie, Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Again, The Fan.
The Power Hour continues live at KFAN.com/watch, and it's powered by Quantum Fiber.
How long are you going to talk?
Do we want to get the comedy out of the way right away? Because
Sure.
Marnes is ready to roll.
She's ready.
Well, I just appreciate the effort. You know that I love this bit. And so these two guys, Hockey and Max, are in there in the commercial break, just scouring headlines and trying to write a punchline. I'm like, thank you for your effort. I appreciate that.
Hold on, I'm still writing one.
I mean, I feel like the listening audience enjoys this segment as well. Is that what
Sure.
you're hearing?
Well,
Yeah, they
we'll
love
find
it.
out. We'll find
Yeah.
out. Do you have any of their sausage?
I have one that Marnie sent me that I will do.
But I didn't write. I didn't send a punchline.
Yeah,
no,
I
didn't
have
send
a
a punchline. So
Yeah.
it is fair. I couldn't come up with a punchline for that joke, and so
Well, Sauce
Sauce
does
can have
stand-up
it.
comedy. He's
Yeah.
gone to one
Right.
improv class. He'll come up with something.
How many do you have there, Marnsey?
I've got two.
Okay, I've got two as well. Max, how many do you have?
I have one.
And
really
Sauce,
bad.
you have one. Zach, do you have any?
No.
Okay, cool. Perfect. That's the right amount.
Do you want me to send you the same joke I sent Sauce without the punchline?
Sure.
Zacko?
Oh,
See what you do with it.
Aw. Marge, you get to go first. It's your bet.
Well, hold on. I'm going to copy and paste this.
Okay, then I'll go first.
You should send it to all of us, Martin. We'll all see if we can do it.
That's what Swedberg said to me a couple weeks ago when we were debating whether we should do this daily, weekly, or kill it. Swedberg's like, you should have one story that everybody has to come up with a punchline.
That's a great idea.
But he suggested that since I'm the Simon Cowell of this bit, that I read the story and then you guys all have to improv the punchline. That would be tough.
That would be
very tough.
That'd be tough, guys.
But who cares? Let's just do it this way for
I
now.
just sent it to Hawk and Max and Zach, and Sauce already has it. And even the very last line, you guys, you could take out and change. You don't need... You could make the last line anything. I left it at since, meaning you only need to fill in the very end, but you could actually change the whole last line.
Can't wait to see what Sauce
we'll
does
do that
with
one
it.
last.
There are a lot of directions you could go. Do you want me to stall and give you time, or are we just going?
We're just going.
Who's going?
Marge is going first.
Okay. Since 1989, scientists have believed the planet Neptune was a deep blue color. A new report reveals that Neptune is far more of a light greenish blue with an unusual, distinct odor. Scientists say this is very similar to its sister planet, Uranus.
I mean,
my. She laughs.
I mean, that's not bad, Mark.
Okay.
Thank you.
At least you did it.
I'll go next.
How quickly you got in Uranus.
Oh, button bar. According to a sex expert, one of the most common mistakes people make right after having sex is reaching for their phone. But in fairness, how else can you access Venmo to pay Handy Sandy for what she deserves?
Handy Sandy. Well played.
Sandy?
Yeah, Rosie, don't act like you never know who that is. Don't know who Handy Sandy is.
I appreciate that you're giving her at least what she deserves.
Yeah, what she deserves. Saucy?
Oh, okay. Professional tennis players have seen a rash of significant shoulder, elbow, and wrist injuries. Players are blaming tennis balls, saying the balls lack consistency in weight and pressure. There hasn't been this much talk about ball pressure since Lance Armstrong.
Okay, that. I'm just.
Okay. Maxo?
Well, that's why I don't do it. There's a new dating site called Mouse Mingle designed for single Disney fans in an attempt to capitalize on the trend. Several other new sites have popped up, including Kong and Dong for King Kong fans and Medea Mates for Tyler Perry fans. That's funny, Max.
Yeah,
hey, thanks.
Margie?
Medea Mates.
Kong and Dong.
That part was true, right? The Kong and Dong, or was that part of the punchline?
No, that was part of the punchline. Okay. The Mouse Mingle thing is real.
Okay.
Though.
I didn't know where the news began and the joke started.
That's the beauty of it, Marnes.
Yesterday, former President Donald Trump won the Iowa Republican caucus. More than 70% of Iowa GOP voters at the caucus favored Trump. That was deflating news to Democrats who were hoping for a Trump caucus blockus.
I like that's the best part of his laugh. That's the best part.
Caucus blockus.
Caucus block.
That's funny, Marnes. We're going to get a bunch of emails, but that's funny.
Oh, my.
Caucus blockus.
A couple of weeks ago, I was voting to make this daily bit weekly. I thought it should
now
be
monthly?
I think maybe monthly.
Maybe now it's semi-annual.
The wrong way. That was twice a year. Twice a year sounds right.
Okay, I just loved your laugh at the punchline.
Professional tennis players have seen a rash of significant shoulder, elbow, and wrist injuries. Players are blaming tennis balls, saying the balls lack consistency in weight and pressure. There hasn't been this much talk about ball pressure since Sauce tried to fit into a pair of size 32 501s.
I mean, it's better than yours. Yeah. All right. That's
nice job, Hogs.
Thanks.
Is that it?
No, I got one more.
Oh, you got one more.
Okay.
Go.
Hugh Hefner's red velvet smoking jacket is expected to auction for thousands of dollars when it goes up for auction later this week. Meanwhile, Mark Rosen's satin hammer hammock is for sale down at the Hopkins Goodwill.
My what? Wait, back that bus up.
Don't act like you don't wear satin.
Yeah.
Satin.
Mark
Rosen's
Rosen's
satin hammock.
Hammock is so good. There's your podcast title.
Mark Rosen's satin hammer hammock.
Say that 5 times.
The same one you wore in that hot air balloon.
No, I wouldn't wear that.
Hold on.
Catch fire.
Flacco?
Oh,
Oh, what?
What?
I got nothing.
Really?
I mean, I don't have anything.
Hey, Zach, too, you got a joke?
Oh, no.
Now it's time for headlines.
How about I'm going to try it.
Go ahead.
If you'll let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had to type it out.
All right.
Professional tennis players have seen a rash of significant shoulder, elbow, and wrist injuries. Players are blaming tennis balls, saying the balls lack consistency in weight and pressure. There hasn't been this much talk about balls since Zach said to put honey on the nuts.
The callback.
Ball pressure.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No. I had to take out that part out.
He loved it.
Brutal.
Didn't Zach said that on my
All
drive
right, I
in.
got one.
Brutal.
There hasn't been this much talk about balls since
I
Zach
see.
said
I
to
got
put
one.
honey on the nuts.
Players are professional tennis players rash of significant shoulder and elbow and wrist injuries. Players are blaming tennis balls, saying they lack consistency in weight and pressure. There hasn't been this much talk about ball pressure since Max and I sat on Santa's balls in the Christmas party.
Brutal.
Wow, I thought
I was going to just trail off a punchline and just keep talking.
I thought mine was bad.
Hey,
Here's comedy.
I'm dying.
Brilliant.
Wow. Actually, on Sunday, this past Sunday, I went to a Netflix comedy stand-up taping.
Yeah.
Joe Mandy had his taping at the Parkway Theater in South Minneapolis, and I've seen stand-up comedy a time or two, not nearly as much as you guys have, but he was actually taping a Netflix special. He went on at 7:30 and 9:30, and he was on stage for an hour, probably an hour, maybe an hour and 15. I didn't really check the time, but it was so cool. There were a lot of cameras there. Every time, which didn't happen often, but if he stumbled at all, similar to Zacco, he would do a pickup
Big
line.
two.
Like if he said professional tennis players, he would just
Start
real
over.
clean, clean and quick, and just little things that you wouldn't normally see that were for a Netflix special. And then after he was done, we all cheered him. He left the stage, and then he even came back on. He was like, "All right, now here's the magic. We got to do a bunch of cutaways, and I'm going to tell some more jokes, and just to get reactions and just things you don't normally see at a stand-up
That's cool.
comedy show."
that is cool.
So just the behind-the-scenes stuff was very cool. I don't know when it comes out on Netflix, but Joe Mandy from St. Paul, now living in Los Angeles.
that's awesome.
Parks and Rec, The Good Place,
Modern Family.
Hacks, one of my absolute favorite shows right now.
Such a good show. Such a good show.
Jean Smart is
She's so
incredible.
good. Both
she
of them
plays
are
a
good.
washed-up stand-up comedian. You guys would love that.
Yeah, it's really,
they
really
do
great.
lines and then they rewrite a line and then they work a joke, and it's phenomenal.
I loved their relationship, especially in that first season.
Yes!
Real good. Yep.
She's an old washed-up stand-up comedian, and this young whippersnapper comes in, and it's about their relationship. It's great. Move on. I can tell. You're ready. You're done with me.
listening.
Caucus blockus. I know.
Speaking of Iowa, over the weekend, the Iowa State Patrol caught 2 drivers going over 90 miles an hour in blizzard conditions.
Yeah, give her hell.
Yeah.
why not?
Right?
Jeez.
You don't know where the road is anyway. You got to be going fast if you're in the ditch, right? Been there. Let's go. Let's roll.
90. New data shows that people who read romance books always or often daydream and are more likely to be worriers.
Worriers about their own love life?
Maybe just life in general.
Just in general. Okay.
They're worried
Like
about
50 Shades of Grey, that kind of romance novel.
not
Marty,
really romance.
can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, sure.
Your husband, Matt. It's Matt, right?
It is Matt. Yep.
Has Matt ever drawn you a bath and then pulled up a chair and sat next to the
I
bathtub,
think you can draw that well.
light a couple of candles,
Yeah, I like it.
pour you a glass of wine, and just read you 50 Shades of Grey?
Oh, my God.
Because let me tell you this, you would love it.
Oh, this is so rich. Like some gerbils cranking.
It is
Is that part of the book?
If you want the answer, it's
I shagged her.
obviously.
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, jackpot.
Experts at the dating app Bumble, are saying that Monday between 8 and 9 p.m., so last night, is the best time to go online to get a date.
Why is that?
Don't know. According to them, it's their own website, I guess.
Okay.
Their metrics say that 8 and 9 p.m. on a Monday is the best time to go on.
Because people had disastrous dates over the weekend and they're starting the week fresh and they thought, maybe that makes sense.
Yeah, the more you know, Rose.
The more you know.
Now, you can get a satin hammer hammock at Goodwill. And it's probably not going to be worth much, but a woman in Lynchburg, Virginia, named Jessica, bought a vase or a vase, if you're bougie. Bought a vase at Goodwill last summer. It was for $4. $4 vase.
Sure. I love these stories.
Here we go.
It was made by a famous Italian designer named Carlo Scarpa.
Okay, let's go.
Whoever the hell that is, apparently super famous. I've heard of him.
Classic Scarpa vase.
In the 40s, he made this vase. So she just sold it last month at auction for $110,000.
That's so cool.
Man.
Not a
Good
bad
for
investment.
her.
That's really neat.
Yes.
man.
It just sucks. She finds a $4 vase that's worth $110K. When I go to Goodwill, all I see are old copies of the Initial Game and Rocket Club albums.
I know.
You could have written that joke.
That's a good joke.
That's a good joke.
see,
Do you know how
that's
many
funny.
times I bought shirts I gave to Goodwill at Goodwill? This fits me great again.
I would be curious in that story if that woman is going to Goodwill's looking for that kind of stuff, or if she just happened to be there and have that vase, and somebody pointed that out at a later time.
Yeah, 'cause how
Be
would you
interested
know,
if she
right?
went?
My
How
guess
would
is
you
it's
know?
the second one, right?
Yeah.
Because even though these stories pop up once in a while, it's one in a million, right? I don't think you go to Goodwill looking for, because you'd have to be an expert in almost every single thing then, right? You'd have to know that vase is not just a $4 vase. You'd have to know that you'd have to be an art expert, a vase expert, pottery. I don't know. I think it's just complete blind luck. I guess my question is, let's say she buys the $4 vase and she brings it home. And she's like, what a cute vase. And she puts it on a bookshelf. How does she ever find out that it's worth $100?
Somebody comes to the house
Yeah,
for a dinner party.
Why would you even think about that?
Right. Why would you ever
wouldn't.
ask yourself
No.
that? Why would you? You wouldn't Google it and say, I wonder how much this was originally. I think you would just put it in your house and move on with
When you
your
have an
life.
estate sale or garage sales, you think, well, this is kind of a upscale neighborhood. Maybe you'll find something there that people don't really know what they have, and there's a lot of that goes on. But
Let me ask you guys a question about this. And tell me if you guys have ever heard of this. I was scrolling through the channels last night at halftime, and I came across Bob Ross, right? And I like to watch him paint his happy little trees. Makes me happy,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
I'm watching for a second. I thought to myself, those paintings all exist somewhere. Have you ever known anybody that owned one or even heard of somebody who owned a Bob Ross painting? Wouldn't that be a cool thing to own? What a discussion piece that would be.
That's true.
Because they're
Yeah.
not like
No, I
great
do not.
pieces of
No.
art. But if somebody walked in and said, oh, what is this? You'd be like, Bob Ross painted that son of a bitch.
yeah.
Look how happy that tree is.
Yeah, so I think I have an answer to that, and I'll probably stumble through it, but I have an answer.
No,
to
go ahead,
that.
baby. I ain't
So
gonna call
in
you
that
out.
documentary, he had like a weird, like his life kind of shattered because I think it was he got divorced and then he went a different way, and then somebody in part of that group didn't want them to profit off of his stuff, and then the other people wanted to sell everything Bob Ross related. So I think there is a warehouse full of those pictures that somebody is holding on to.
Really?
Because they don't want the other half of it to make any money off of it, because the other half just wants to make money off.
I have a little
Makes sense.
thing from Wikipedia here. Ross painted an estimated 30,000 paintings.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And despite the unusually high supply of original paintings, his paintings are scarce on the art market.
Oh my!
Scarce?
Scars.
Scarce. Oh my
Isn't that
God.
the guy that made the vase?
Did you say scarus?
Scarce. I don't know. How do you say it?
You keep guessing until you get it right.
Kiss my scars.
This White Bear Lake English.
Scarce.
Oh, hey,
Scarce. There you go, buddy.
Scarce on the art market with sale prices averaging in the thousands of dollars, frequently topping 10 grand. A Walk in the Woods, which was his first television painting, was sold in a pledge drive and is in the hands of Ryan Nelson, a Minnesota-based art dealer.
He's a Golden Valley Country Club member. I know that guy.
There you go.
He's the owner of the Minneapolis Modern Artifact Gallery.
How much did he buy it for? Do you know? Does it say how much he bought that for?
It's $9.85 million.
And I'm reading here that it was as recently as September 20th, 2023, that painting was on sale. That same painting that Zach was talking about for $10 million.
Yep. Wow.
So I just did some quick math. He died and by quick math, I mean calculator. He died at age 52. If he did a painting every day of his life, which he didn't when he was 0, 1, 2. That's still 1.5 paintings a day.
Yeah.
To doing 30,000. So if you take it when he was actually capable of doing paintings and keeping them, I doubt he has them when he's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many paintings was this MFer doing a day? 5?
Do the math
7,
for
8,
30 years.
30 years? So, well,
that would take him 25 to 55.
Well, he had 30,000, right?
Yeah.
So 30 times 365, that's 10,000, almost 11,000. So 3 a day.
Busy man.
How long do they take? Yep. How long was that show? Was it a half-hour show?
I bet he did 5 or 10 shows a day, though. You know what I mean? Like, they just
rattle them off.
Out. Yeah.
That's a lot of paintings.
It's a lot of painting, man.
You can buy them on eBay. There are Bob Ross original art paintings. $125.
No.
Then it goes down to 69,000. They say.
No, on eBay, it just if you read it, it says it, but then in parentheses it says Bob Ross style. I think someone's impersonating.
Well, my page just says Bob Ross original art painting.
You can buy John Mellencamp art.
Oh wait, it does say Bob Ross style.
Yeah, just read a little bit more.
Whoa, way to go, Max!
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Well, don't look at me like that.
You know what you can buy on eBay, even though sometimes it's only $20, are the Menendez Brothers Mark Jackson cards, which I have 13 of. And next season of Ryan Murphy's Monster Anthology series is going to be about the Menendez brothers, and Javier Bardem is playing one of the parents. I assume the dad.
Oh.
Yeah, I would assume so.
You never know.
So hopefully... The Menendez brothers memorabilia goes through the roof, and 13 Mark Jacksons over here. And
Mark Jackson or Michael?
Mark.
Oh, Mark. I thought you said
Michael Jackson cards?
I thought you said something.
No, Mark Jackson.
Oh, never. No, all right. I thought
Mark Jackson.
Michael.
Old ESPN guy.
You know what? Leave Rosie alone.
Yeah, be nice to Rosie.
He listens as much as he wants to.
Mark Jackson has a famous card where the Menendez brothers are sitting front row.
Right. At the
Yeah, the problem with the value of that card is that the cards just aren't scarce enough. There are too many of them.
No, they're scarce. See, they're pretty scarce. See, the 5th season finale of Fargo tonight, 9 o'clock.
I can't wait,
Rosie. 9 o'clock.
I was watching John Hamm last night. I was flipping back between the game and the Emmy Awards.
Sitting front row. Like the Menendez brothers.
Yes, correct. And he came up stage for one award or whatever, and I kept thinking, God, you are an SOB on that show. Yeah. I hope you die. And then we're like, it's John Hamm. He's the greatest guy in the world. But tonight's the finale. It's been really...
I can't wait.
I have not gotten. I recorded it. But I heard some negative things about True Detective season.
Very slow start.
Oh, man.
I didn't care for it either.
Did you watch it, Hugs?
No, I read some terrible things.
So did I.
Is this the Jodie Foster?
Yes.
Really?
Very slow start. I was not a fan of it. When you guys asked me about it yesterday, and you're like, "What did you think?" I go,
"Yeah, that was."
They had a marathon of the original, starting with the original, of course, which is far and away the best one.
Which is
haunting and
A+.
And I start watching. I go, I cannot get caught up watching this again. But I needed to because it's so damn good.
I did anyway.
So
is the whole season out of this new True Detective, or is one at a time?
Yeah,
okay.
But
the highlight of the episode is that Jodie Foster's character wears a Viking sweatshirt for about 10 minutes. Yeah. The rest of it is, I don't know if I care. There seems to be a supernatural aspect to it, which really bores the hell out of me. The final scene was really dumb, but I think that's going to be the main storyline, so I wasn't thrilled with that. Who knows? Again, just like season 2, when we used to have Andy Gridwald on, I'm going to give it time, and I'm going to give it a chance, but I would say after
the difficult part about the Jodie Foster scene wearing the Viking thing was that she fumbled all her lines.
Oh,
and people aren't used to seeing Vikings things on TV in January.
And she was just standing left of the camera the whole time.
Oh, no, these are good punchlines.
Yes. That was excellent.
Mine was okay.
I hope you die. I said that about John Hamm. I didn't mean Hamm, this character. Rosie,
you
really
mentioned the
good.
Emmys. The Emmys were last night. The 3 shows that absolutely dominated were Succession, Beef, and The Bear.
Yeah, correct.
All three
All
A+
three.
shows.
Just, everyone just.
I binged Beef over the weekend, Rosie.
And I heard you loved it.
Beef and the Bear is Meat Sauce and
really-
Zach's new morning show.
Just brilliant.
Why are our best jokes are improv?
Wow.
When we write jokes, they're
They're
terrible. When we
awful.
improv them, we can be kind of funny.
Tommy's always on hold to get on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, not funny.
Yeah, just let the professionals do it.
Ali Wong.
She was fantastic.
She was great.
I highly recommend that series. Rosie saw it and then forgot he saw it.
I forgot the name of it.
know,
You said
which
something
is
about
so
beef.
weird.
It is. It's the easiest title to remember.
Marnie, Netflix, Beef. It's worth
Yeah.
your time.
It is
Okay.
good. It's really
What's
good.
for dinner as well.
Brilliant.
And again, everybody from Succession
Where
just
is it?
crushes.
Right. Netflix, I believe.
Netflix.
He was asking where.
You'll
where's
hear it on the
beef?
bun bar.
He's
in a
asking
second.
where the beef is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty good, Zach.
Yeah.
All right, hypothetical for all y'all that are that's in the prep service today. If you were given the option, Marnes, Rosie, and panel, $500,000 for every year you take off of your life, how many years do you take off at $500K a clip? Now, again, you don't know you're going to live to 100.
Right.
If you say I'm taking 2 years off, that might mean you're dying next year. But just theoretically, every year you agree to lose, you get $500,000. How many years off do you take?
Can I ask
There's
a
a lot of
follow-up?
hypothetical in that.
Go.
in that question.
I'm 41. Let's say I said 7 years and I'm only going to live 5 more. Do I immediately die?
Sure.
I hope you die.
Last wiped out.
That's a bite.
Yeah, I guess that would be part of the risk. If you don't make it to 48, then you're dead immediately
Yep.
as soon as you cut the deal.
Sounds like we hit the jackpot.
Because she would get the money. She would get the money. And of course, 7 years, Zach, how much money does we inherit?
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
35,000,
$35?
$3.5 mil.
Nailed it.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good day.
Oh, Zach. 3.5
What's
is
your
right.
answer,
The eyes
Sauce?
calm down. 5.
You would knock 5
what?
years off for $2.5 million?
You're out of your mind?
That's
Yeah.
because he's young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
for real, yeah.
my answer is 0.
Yeah.
I take 0.
I would say
years off.
0. Seeing that
Oh.
101-year-old guy at Hooters and going, I want
Right.
that life.
Yeah, I want those Hooters.
I mean, seriously.
He's right.
Let's go, Rosie.
I meant his life.
Finally,
He
the
looked,
truth comes out.
he looked very happy. If you ask him,
You don't have to wait until 101. It opens
Yeah.
probably at 11.
Oh, I know it's 11:30.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Roses. Raise roses.
Perfect boobs.
Oh, man.
Jesus,
God, I hope
Rosie.
Kern's not listening.
Hawk, your answer 0 as well.
But
Mine's
your
0.
attorney's on his way to meet you there.
No, of course he is. I texted him already.
Mine's 0, and I'll tell you why. But it's probably because financially I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If
I'm
I'm
gonna lose
struggling,
that.
like I got all piled up on bills, it would probably be a different answer for
You
me.
don't want to give. How much money do you want to leave your kids for crying out loud, right?
Yeah. I'll
Live your life.
I would consider 1. I would think about it, but I would
Yeah.
probably go 0. But I really want a pool.
Right,
So
but the trick is almost exactly what Sauce kind of referenced. If you knew
Thank you.
were going to get into your 90s,
Right.
then I'd say, all right, I'll take a year or 2 off when my quality of life probably isn't great.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I can have some fun or leave it to my kids. But if the risk is, all right, I'm getting 500K or $1 million, but I'm going to be dead in 6 years when I would have lived 8, then that sucks anyway. And then it's not worth it.
well, and it sucks for your wife and for your kids.
No, my
Sorry,
wife
it
would
sucks
be
for your
thrilled.
kids.
She would say
She would
50
be
years
thrilled.
for Corey, goodbye.
The Christmas cards wouldn't change.
That was good. Let go.
So true.
Yeah.
You guys are
my.
really sharp today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just not when it's written out ahead of time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're an improv show. Remember we
Yeah.
talked about before the bunny thing?
Yeah,
before I
you
ruined it?
improv the bunny story.
I thought the Uranus joke was.
I hope you die.
Okay.
I said that with such conviction.
Yeah, you're pissed. You sound like the Mortal Kombat guy. Like, fatality.
All right, everybody keep this answer in your own head because that's part of the bit is you're going to keep this secret, right? But how many secrets about yourself or somebody else do you have that you think are significant enough where you have a burden because you know it about yourself or somebody else? Do we all have at least a couple where you're like,
sure.
Yeah, I got to keep that to myself?
Yeah,
or whatever.
100%.
A couple, right? Yeah, Donaldson will tell everyone.
Yeah.
Sauce 10 years ago would tell everybody, right? You
I'm
were
pretty good at it now.
You're better. You once were the world's worst secret keeper. You're much better now than you used to be. Point is, for normal secrets, there's a good chance that telling someone is better for your overall mental health. And here's the logic behind it. They did 12 different experiments, this study, and found that we tend to overestimate how harshly we'll be judged for the secrets that we're keeping. And in fact, when you reveal the secret that you think has this burden, things like trust, honesty, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable actually make the person you're telling it to like you more than just keeping it to yourself. Does that make sense?
Sure, you're confiding in them.
So according to the last paragraph, it says, in other words, they'll be impressed that you trust them enough to tell them about it, and they probably won't judge you anywhere close to as much as you've judged yourself.
Oh, that's heavy.
Just save this for Thursday, but yeah.
I wonder what that's a reference to.
I got a secret, you guys. After hearing that, I'm inspired.
Go for it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
You guys won't think of me differently, right?
No, of course not.
No. I'm not black.
Thank you for your honesty.
What?
I've just had a tan this whole time.
I knew it.
Thank you for your honesty.
This is a wig. It's all a lie.
Wig.
It's all a lie.
Oh. Speaking of black, do you guys like your coffee black?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Don't put anything
Put
in it.
all
Yuck.
the cream and
No,
sugar.
sugar. Thanks, Marnie.
So that's how I prefer it as well. But over the years, I've learned that is just ridiculously bad for your health, right? Sugar and stuff.
Right,
And
it's not good for you.
Mike Morris used to make fun of me for a lot of reasons, but because of I used to put so much sugar and cream in coffee that I could put the stir sticks and they would stand straight up.
My God.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Diabetes cocktail. Can't do that. So in the last year or so, I've learned how to just drink iced
Black.
coffee, just black iced coffee. Still don't like hot coffee, but I'll
Baileys in it,
I'll drink it like
Kahlua.
this.
Yeah. Once you go black, you don't go back.
Not this month.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up
Not this month.
is a 2016 study is making the rounds on social media.
About time.
And it's going viral for whatever reason now. People are bringing it up saying that if you like things like black coffee or dark chocolate because of the bitterness, you are more likely to be a psychopath.
What? Okay.
I hope you die.
Did David Duke conduct this study?
Yeah, what's happening?
Oh, my. Love dark chocolate.
Check this out. Tell me this isn't me.
Amen, brother.
It found people that like bitter stuff are more likely to have the type of antisocial qualities that psychopaths have and are more likely to take pleasure in seeing other people suffer.
Why do you look at me?
Just saying, this is like reading my mind. If you are listening to this while enjoying a square of dark chocolate, according to the story, and then washing it down with black coffee, don't worry too much because it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a psycho. But experts think that 1 in every 22 people are technically psychopaths.
No.
How is that even possible?
No idea.
They're walking among us. My God.
What is the clinical definition of a psychopath if it's 1 in 22?
Rosie, you've lost your mind today.
That's an insane amount.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You said that like you're the one.
You sound like you were trying to get people off your trail. Like, oh, God.
They caught
These
up with me.
psychopaths these days, huh?
Yes, I killed him.
Killed them all.
Lack of conscience, pathological lying, manipulative behavior, and superficial charm.
Persistent antisocial behavior.
Hi.
American Psycho.
Impaired empathy.
That's not me.
No, that's not him. He cares.
Egotistical traits.
That's all of us at the fan.
Yeah, there's not a sanctioned diagnosis from what I'm reading here. It says, although no psychiatric or psychological organization has a sanctioned diagnosis titled psychopathy, assessments of psychopathic characteristics are widely used in criminal justice settings.
Interesting.
Oh.
Wow.
So I don't think you ever go to like a therapist and they're going to say you're a psychopath, but they'll say
I
it
would
in
hope
court.
not. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's weird.
They'll
Man.
think it.
And last but not least, if you want to feel smart,
Go ahead.
Celebrity Jeopardy's on tonight. Again, they're in, I don't know, semifinals or something. Rachel Dratch, we played the Debbie Downer song.
yeah,
Rachel Dratch is on tonight.
Yay.
It is so much easier than regular Jeopardy. It is speaking of egos, it's such an ego boost to watch Celebrity Jeopardy. So if you want to feel smarter, watch that tonight and just crush.
I watched, I think, a week or two ago, and I thought the questions were a lot more difficult than I expected
On
them
Celebrity
to be.
Jeopardy?
Yes.
Then you got to read more.
I play Jeopardy every day. I watch that
love
show almost
Jeopardy.
every day. I love that game. Most of the categories, I just go, pass.
Yeah.
Marnes, you're probably the least egotistical person here on the fan.
Oh, come
so
on.
congratulations. You're an American treasure, and we'll see you on Friday.
See you on Friday, fellas. Great show today. Way to show up.
I thought so as well. Rosie, back tomorrow?
I can't wait.
No
I can't
Parrish
wait
tomorrow
either.
because he's doing NHL Network.
Oh, good for
But we'll do
Pari.
Duel of the Decades. Brian Oak will be here. The whole bit. It'll be fun.
Good.
All right, everybody stay warm. It sucks out there. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. 9 to noon is next.
Everybody have a wonderful day.